Okay, I'm going to try making some Runzas. Runza. So I've got my bowl here. I'm going to put in 1 cup of milk. 1 cup of milk. And a couple tablespoons of butter. Couple tablespoons of butter. Maybe 3 tablespoons of butter. Okay. And I'm going to put this in the microwave and let it heat up. A little bit of sugar. Teaspoon of sugar. I'll put that in the microwave and let it cook, melt, get warm. I'll probably put on there for 1 minute maybe. 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute should do well. Alright. Yeast out. Okay. Now I'm going to put with this, I'm going to get a little thing of water, a little bowl of water, warm water. Half a cup of warm water. Teaspoon of yeast. Teaspoon and a half of yeast. Let's see. Teaspoon. Good heaping teaspoon. Yeast. Gotta dissolve that yeast. You always put it in water first. So it'll dissolve there. Okay. And melted yet? It's just warm, just lukewarm. Fine, see? Just keep stirring until that buttermilk. I'm going to add my yeast because it's dissolved. Good. My yeast is dissolved. Good, good, good. And I'm going to add a teaspoon, half a teaspoon baking soda and a teaspoon of baking powder. This calls for it in the recipe, and I don't know why, because you really don't need it, but maybe it's to double whammy to make it, because the yeast is going to make it rise. Alright. I'm going to put in some bread flour. There's 1/2 cup. Let's put a cup in there. Let's put a cup and a half. Cup and a half of bread flour. Whisk it up. And that's pretty good. And some salt. Okay, my salt. There's the salt. Teaspoon of salt. Scant teaspoon of salt. In other words, not quite a teaspoon of salt. To this we're going to add an egg. You beat the egg up first a little bit. And add that to it too. Okay. Oh, that's nice and slurry, huh? Okay. Now we're going to add some more flour until we get a nice soft ball that we can play with. So another cup of flour. I'm still using my whisk. Now it's getting a little tacky, a little thicker. Let's add another 1/2 cup of flour. Another half a cup of flour. I don't know how much that is so far, but okay. Then we're gonna roll it out here and play with it for a while. Okay, so this is a milk-based dough. Your pizza dough usually, or your crusty bread is usually a water-based. Okay. I know that fish stinks. I gave the cat some fish from the grocery store, and man, does it stink. I'm gonna put, and he didn't even want it. And it was good fish. I mean, it's good. He's just not a fish eater. I need another half a cup of flour. Total half a cup. Yep, there we go. He has not eaten any yet. He won't even. I brought it to him. He sniffed it and he kind of. He says, no, I'm not a fish man. Nope. Here he comes now. He says, no, we're talking about him. Okay. So the cat does not eat fish and the cat doesn't eat chicken. Fussy cat, fussy cat. Okay, now we're gonna throw some flour on the thing here, on the counter. I'm gonna scoop this out here and dump it. Make sure everything's out of here. Okay. And now we start playing with it. Gee, I think that might be the right amount of flour that I just threw out there. You want it to make like a soft ball. You just keep playing with it, buffing it over. Don't get your watch in there. Yeah. Fun to play with this. I made Jake a pizza last night because he doesn't like sauce. All he likes is cheese and pepperoni. So I made a dough with just flour, yeast, water, and a little bit of sugar. And made a pizza dough for him, and then just let the dough rise, put it in the pan, let it rise again, and stick the pepperoni on it and the cheese and bake it for 20 minutes at 375. Oh, delicious. I didn't eat any, but oh, it sure looked good. Jake ate it. Alright, now that's looking pretty good. Cat says, I'm not eating that fish. Okay, that fish will go out to the chickens. It's too bad, because I bought a nice container of fish for him. I mean, fish from the deli, real fish, like haddock and... But, there you go. Okay, now that's pretty good. See the consistency of that? It's still a little tacky, but not so tacky that it's going to stick to my fingers. I'm going to stick it right back in a bowl. Back in a bowl. And I'm going to put a wet paper towel on it. That's so it doesn't dry out. So I'm going to wet my paper towel and put it over the top of it. All right. I'm going to set it aside for 30 minutes. Okay, the filling for the Runzas is ground beef, which I just took some steaks and put them in my grinder and ground them up, white onion, and shredded cabbage, and salt and pepper, and that's it. So I've washed the cabbage. I'm washed again. Show everybody how I wash. Yes, us washing this makes no sense because it doesn't do anything except because you're going to peel off the outside leaves anyway. Cabbage this week was amazingly cheap. I don't know why. January, they're trying to get rid of cabbage, 39 cents a pound. So I got a nice solid head. A solid head means they're tighter together. Heavy, heavy. You want a heavy head. If it's light, it means they're loose in between. So this should be a nice, tight head of cabbage. Ah, yes. See how tight that is? Tight. If you buy a light one, they're like that, really loose in between the layers. So we want a nice tight one. So, okay. Now I'm gonna make it flat on the bottom so I can shred it. And here we go with using my thumb here, pushing against here. My thumb, I make it thin, okay? My thumb is my guide. Make sure I'm, okay? My thumb is my guide, just right to the edge. Back and forth, back and forth. Little back and forth. You don't want to push it down, it's not going to work. Pushing it won't work. You gotta saw it. And right as close to the edge as you can get. Back and forth. Sawing it. As good as you can get it. Because this, with the hamburger, we're going to cook it down with the onions, mix it together, and then we're going to put it in the, roll out the dough. Roll out the dough. We're going to roll out the dough and put the meat cabbage mixture in the dough, and then make them like pockets, and then let them rise, and then bake them. Now, I've never had a Runza, never in my life. I've never even heard of them, but my husband, when he was at Nebraska, out in University of Nebraska, said they had these Runza, like McDonald's, they have Runza shops, where you would go and get a bunch of these with French fries. And I said, oh my goodness. I read up there they were like a Russian dish. Russian dish. I'm getting as thin as I can. Thin as I can. Okay. Kind of from here, I'm going to actually chop it up a little bit more. So now they're nice. Look at that beautiful little fine stuff right there. Okay, so there's the cabbage shredded up. And if you want to make it even a little finer like this, so it's easier, or chop it a little bit more, you can chop it, or and that's 1/2 a head. Some of these are 1/2 a head. I love cabbage. So now I'm going to do the onion. Chop the onion up. Put that aside because that's going to be cooked down until it wilts. Until it's wilty. Okay. Let's do the onion. Here we go. Onion. Okay. Now how do I want to cut this? I'm going to cut it like this. Little pieces also. And then from here, yeah, now I can do this on my hand, or you can do it on here. Got nice little pieces, see that? Or I can do it in your hand a little quicker. If I had a sharper knife, that isn't, I gotta sharpen that knife. Okay, so in the hand, let me get a sharper knife. Okay, where are they? There we go. That should be a little sharper. See, the knife won't cut you. See, it won't cut you at all. Not at all. But if I go like this, it'll cut a big slit in my hand. But when you're just pressing against it, it doesn't cut. You have to slice with it to make it cut. So, I'll finish doing these onions. One way to chop them, or if you don't want to do it that way, cut them into pieces like this, and then just go. You're not going to have the same uniformity, but they'll get chopped. And the more you do this, the thinner pieces, the smaller pieces they get, of course. So you see, not much difference. Okay? So you do a whole onion, and we'll put the whole onion in with the cabbage. And when we do the whole onion, I'll do the rest of it. Okay, so now we're going to cook some of the ground beef. Put a little oil in the bottom there because these are stainless steel pans, and they will stick. It will stick. Put it on high there, 8, 9, something like that. And I've got all my stuff ready. So I'm going to probably do, I don't know, maybe I'll do the whole thing. We can always eat it with something else. So there's my beautiful ground up beef. I had some sirloin tip steaks. They were getting a little bit brownish. They weren't bad yet. So what they do in the grocery stores is they take their leftover meat, that's, you know, the steaks, and they take it and they grind it up and they make burger meat out of it. So I took mine and ground it up and made burger meat out of it. So there it is. Ground sirloin tips. Once we cook it down, we'll put this aside and we'll put some butter in the pan and cook this until it's wilty. And we'll combine the two. Okay, this is fully cooked now, so I'm going to scoop it out and put it in a bowl. And then I'll throw the juice away. The fat, or the water. Really, it's water in here. Put some butter in here, probably 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3 tablespoons, probably about that. Let that melt. I'm going to put that back up on. 8. Put the cabbage and the onions in here. Cook it until it gets wilty. Turn that down. We don't want that so hot that it burns the cabbage. Okay, it's kind of wilty. Does that look wilty to you? Looks wilty. Looks wilty to me. Looks like it's wilted. So now we take this off and we add this to the meat. Let me push this back. The meat here. Add the wilted cabbage and onions. It smells delicious. I don't know. Scrape that out. Okay. And mix it together. Now it says add salt and pepper, and it says the recipe says to keep tasting it till you make sure you got enough salt and pepper in it. So put some salt in it. I don't know, maybe a teaspoon of salt and maybe a teaspoon of this pepper's. Oh, look at this rust on the top of it. Oh, wow. Okay, it is pepper. Teaspoon of pepper. Phew. Teaspoon. Oh. Oh, man. Okay. We're going to be putting this in the bread. Oh. All right. I'll have to ask my taste test. Okay, so now the dough. Let me get some flour here. Flour on my board. Okay. Good, get that dough off my hand. That's a nice dough though, isn't it? That's very nice. Put my parchment paper on my I put parchment paper on my cookie sheet right here. Parchment paper. Okay, now I'm going to roll out some of the dough that I make. Roll it out to 1/4 of an inch thick. Wow, that is sticky, tacky dough. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Oh, it's nice and warm. Nice, nice. Nicer, nicer, nicer. Okay. And roll it out. One-quarter of an inch thick. Well, I got to get all the bubbles out of it. There we go. Okay. 1/4 of an inch thick? Maybe. About that. Okay. Okay. Oh, we get 3 of them. We get 5 right here. Okay. And we're gonna have a lot of dough left. I mean, a lot of Runza stuff left. Okay. Yeah. And we'll add that one to that one. Make a little bigger on those. Okay. Let's try this one first. Okay. Scoop 1/3 of a cup of this stuff out. Okay. Stuff here. That's too much. Not gonna work. Okay. And bring the 4 corners up. Pinch them together. Okay, pinch them together. Probably with water, because water helps you pinch them together. Pinch them together. Okay. Oh, make them all fit together. I want to seal them. I would think you would want to seal them. Okay. Take it here. Put it. There we go. There's one. I think I made too much filling. What do you think? Yes. Pinch. Pinch. Pinch the 4 corners together. I'm going to pinch that. Come on, pinch. On the inside so they'll go together. There you go. And pinch this one so it goes together a little bit there. There we go. There we go. Okay. And just do one more here. Let them rise for 20 minutes in a warm place. Then cook them at 350 for 20 minutes. Water now. Put the water on the whole edge of here. Yeah, now it should stick together. Water on the edge. Yes, yes. That was smart to do. That was smart to do that. Okay. Take it. Look like. Gonna put them. Okay, they've been in the rising for 20 minutes, resting, rising, whatever you want to call it. So now I'm preheating the oven to 350 degrees. I'll put them in at 350 and then cook them for approximately 20 minutes and see if the Runzas just came out of the oven. There they are. I'll pick one up here and see how it's cooked on both sides. Cooked totally. Nice, very light. Very nice. Beautiful. So the other ones are cooking a little longer because they were on the lower shelf. So these are done and it's ready to eat. We'll tell you how they are. We'll cut one open shortly. And this is what it looks like cut in half. Meat pie. There it is. The Runzas are good. They're delicious, but they're bland. So we need to kick them up with something. So I'm going to make a sauce. I'm going to use soy sauce. Put that on my shopping list. Some olive oil. Maybe equal parts. And then about 5 cloves of garlic I'm going to crush up and put in there. And that ought to give it a good zing. Nice fresh ginger. Perfect. Now I'll give it a good kick up. Alright. So let me peel this also. Of course the garlic, we'll do it through the garlic. I'll do the rest of this also. But we'll put this in here too. Crushed garlic. Nice if they came up with a ginger press. Oops! Don't want him in there. No, not yet. Nope. See if we can put him in here. Put some of the ginger in here and press it. Never tried it before. Oh yes! A little tough, but that's not going. Try one less. Here we go. Try that instead. Okay. Too fibrous. Too many fibers. Alright, put that one in there and push that one through. Put that one through. And then scrape the fibers out. A zippy, put that away, a zippy flavor for the Runzas. Okay, so we'll dip the Runzas in that. I'm going to let it sit and steep, and that's it. Okay, I cut another Runza in half, right here, and I put some of the soy sauce, olive oil, garlic, and fresh ginger on it right here. And what a difference. Mm-hmm. Adds a good spice to it. Delicious. So do that, make your dip. Or else put some of this stuff inside it with the meat to begin with. I'm going to do that next time. Alright,